stabbed me, I'm dying.
Right now at 6 years after a fatal stabbing, a La Crosse County trial finally moves forward. Testimony from the victim's girlfriend and the defense's response.
And the Black Hawk Bridge is open again, but not for long. Why the opening is only temporary, coming up.
Watching WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Emily Brown.
And I'm Ken Kozarowski. A trial is underway for a La Crosse County homicide that happened 6 years ago.
News 8 Now's Allison Fergit joins us in the newsroom with the first day of arguments. Allison.
45-year-old Ann Quinn St. Junius is accused of fatally stabbing Virgil Stewart on January 2nd, 2019. The trial has faced delays, partly because of problems finding St. Junius a lawyer. 5 defense attorneys have handled the case over the 6-year timeline. On the day of the alleged stabbing, St. Junius and a woman got into a taxi after a party on La Crosse's 7th Street. Stewart then approached them as he was leaving. Witnesses told police the men got into an argument and St. Junius stabbed Stewart. In court today, Stewart's girlfriend recounted what she saw from down the street.
I saw a man's arm grab Virgil's right arm and kind of pull him a little bit more into the taxi cab. When he stepped back, he was holding his chest like this. And then when he took his hand down, blood came streaming out like a fountain.
Sanders testified she drove Stewart to a nearby hospital where he died from his wounds. But St. Junius's lawyer says her story is unreliable.
Several of the people that are witnesses for the state have said very different things at different times. In fact, Ellie Sanders' version did change over time.
Court is wrapped up for today. More witnesses are expected to testify tomorrow. This is St. Junius's second time in court for allegedly stabbing someone. In 2012, St. Junius took a plea deal after being accused of stabbing a bartender in downtown La Crosse. Reporting in the newsroom, Allison Fergit, News 8 Now.
Allison, thank you. La Crosse County prosecutors have selected a jury for a human trafficking case. Chantil Kibler is accused of coercing a Wausau woman into sex work to pay off an alleged drug debt. The victim allegedly sold drugs for Kibler's boyfriend, Dre Broadnax. In April, the court found Broadnax guilty of kidnapping and conspiracy to commit human trafficking. Kibler's trial will start after Ann Quinn St. Junius's is done.
Well, someone stole $10,000 worth of items from Sparta's Butterfest this weekend. Sparta police say it likely happened Saturday morning. Most of the items were jewelry, and one vendor reported stolen card readers. No suspects have been identified, and the incident is still under investigation. Well, a cooler start to the week, but the good news was I didn't have to turn on the AC.
There you go. That's a win.
That is the one good thing to take out of it. I love sleeping with my windows open too, so it was a perfect night for that. We have another good night for that coming up too, but then in the afternoon you might want to turn that AC back on because we're getting back to near normal temperatures pretty quickly already as we go into Tuesday and Wednesday. Here's a look at our observed highs today, staying in the 60s across the area. 67 in La Crosse, 65 in Eau Claire. If we compare that to our average, we're sitting anywhere from about 10 to 15 degrees below average. So not obscenely cold, but definitely not the kind of cold that you like to see as we go into the beginning of June. Thankfully, it's not really staying around too much longer, though. We're already warming up as we go into tomorrow. Right now, sitting at 67 in La Crosse, we had plenty of sunshine eventually poke through as we went into the afternoon after a little bit of a wet start in our morning. Eau Claire is sitting at 65, also seeing some sunshine poking through as well now as we head into these evening hours. Staying in the 60s for the next hours or so. We do still have some light isolated rain out there, but really a lot of it is starting to move off into more into eastern Wisconsin. So maybe if you feel a couple of those drops, maybe just take cover for a minute or two, but they're so small that it's not taking that much time to get out of the area. We're still seeing those winds start to die down as well. Got a little bit breezy this afternoon, but the good news as well is that the clouds are going to start to clear up. So we have odds for a good sunrise coming up, a little bit warmer then as we go into the afternoon. We do have a wet end to the week though, so I'll have all those details coming up in a little bit.
All right. Thanks, Nicole.
Well, good news for Lansing and DeSoto travelers. The Black Hawk Bridge is officially back open this hour after a detailed safety inspection.
News 8 Now's Grace Monk is at the bridge with the latest. Grace.
The Blackhawk Bridge is officially open again, but it won't stay that way all summer. The bridge closed May 17th after the Iowa DOT detected movement. The bridge runs between Lansing, Iowa and DeSoto, Wisconsin. It's a welcome announcement for residents on both sides of the river.
Oh, I was ecstatic. It's nice that it's open again.
Because when the bridge is out, it takes a toll financially.
We have at least good 40% of our business coming from DeSoto, Ferryville, Genoa area.
Quinlan's manager, Susan Finley, says the store was finally recovering from last summer's 2-month closure when it happened again.
This is a little worse this time because it's our summer months here is what makes us for the whole year.
Although the bridge is open now, it won't stay that way all summer. The Iowa DOT says they'll have to close the current bridge to allow them to work on the new one.
And it's just so unpredictable. That's the terrible thing about it. You just never know when it's going to happen and how long it's going to be. The businesses on both sides of the river rely on each other, especially now that it's tourism season.
The good news is the closures won't happen until after the 4th of July, giving businesses a chance to take advantage of summer holidays.
How is 4th of July? Busy. I'm actually thinking Father's Day is coming up and it's going to be a lot more convenient for people to not have to go all the way around.
The DOT plans to announce closures at least 1 week in advance. In the meantime, the water taxi service will continue to run. The DOT hopes to have the bridge done in 2027. In Lansing, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
Okay. The 2025 Wisconsin State Women's Golf Open is in full swing. The 3-day event takes place at the La Crosse Country Club starting today. This is the first time the La Crosse area is hosting the Women's Open. The event features over 60 female amateur and professional golfers with ties to Wisconsin, and some are playing this course for the very first time.
A lot of us are from the same area, around Milwaukee, so this is a course that not a lot of us have played versus all the other ones. We've all played it a lot.
After the La Crosse Open, the tournament will continue in Kohler in mid-August and Lake Geneva in early September.
Minnesota lawmakers are in special session hoping to pass the state budget and avoid a government shutdown tonight. They'll tackle 14 bills, including a plan to remove undocumented immigrants from state health coverage. That bill is since headed to Governor Tim Walz's desk. It has passed both chambers. This is the state's first special session in 4 years. Lawmakers have until 7 a.m. tomorrow to avoid a shutdown.
Amplify Health by Gunderson's free summer meal program is underway now at their La Crosse cafeteria. The program runs through August 20th, offering free breakfast and lunch to kids 18 and under on weekdays. Breakfast is served from 6:30 to 9:30, lunch from 10:30 to 2. The USDA-funded program helps provide nutritious meals to help students stay active all summer long.
We're happy to help the community, and it's part of Amplify's goal and mission. So we're happy to help the kids, get them that energy they need during the summer months when they're out playing and obviously out of school where they might normally receive those.
The cafeteria is located at 1900 South Avenue in La Crosse.
And the La Crosse Area YMCA is kicking off their own summer lunch program today. Kids 18 and younger can get a free lunch with fresh produce, milk, and protein. Volunteers will serve meals daily at 24 sites across La Crosse County.
We want to help serve not only the kids who rely on free and reduced lunch during the school year, but also the families that just might want an extra little boost or help, or maybe taking their kids out to do something fun during the day, get them out of the house and get them with their peers.
The YMCA hopes to serve 400,000 lunches this summer. Still ahead tonight, a classroom that would be right at home in the 100-acre wood. Meet our latest top-notch teacher right after this.
Out with the old and in with the deals, only at Wesco Home. It's our inventory clearance event with up to 50% off furniture. It's the perfect time to refresh your space and save big. Your home, your style, your savings, your Wesco. And tell them Peyton sent you.
When RB says euros, you say 2 for $7. Euros. 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 Louder. Arby's, we have the meat.
Planning a home renovation? Save money and time by calling Habitat for Humanity's Reclaim program. Habitat will remove your cabinets, flooring, windows, appliances, and more for free. Habitat sells reclaimed items at the Restore rather than sending it to the landfill. With Reclaim, you can save money, go green, and support Habitat. To schedule your free reclaim service, go to habitatlacrosse.org/reclaim.
Phones were made to help us connect, yet somehow they've made us less connected. Which is ironic, don't you think? We try to put our phones down, but we need to pick them up to see the menu. We can't watch something without also watching something else.
Ironic.
Ironic. But look, here's a phone company who wants you to use your phone less.
That's ironic.
Yeah, but in a good way. Let's find us again with Us Mode. US Cellular, built for us.
Traffic jam.
Ugh, and I'm already late.
At Overhead Door Company, we repair any garage door and only install the best. Serving up to 100 miles outside of the Onalaska, Wisconsin area. When you need a door company you can trust with your life, call Overhead Door Company of the Seven Rivers region.
Out with the old and in with the deals, only at Wesco Home. It's our inventory clearance event with up to 50% off bedroom sets and mattresses. It's the perfect time to refresh your space and save big. Your home, your style, your savings, your Wesco. And tell them Peyton sent you.
Top Notch Teacher is sponsored by Viterbo University and Dahl Honda.
Well, summer break is in full swing, but our top-notch teacher segments continue all year long. We'll head to Buffalo County, where a 4K teacher is loved by all.
Eyes and ears?
Pam Prino was essentially destined to teach. After all, it runs in the family.
My grandma was a teacher, my mom was a teacher, my sister is a teacher.
Prino is a longtime 4K teacher at Cochrane Fountain City. Even if teaching wasn't a family tradition, she knows she chose the right job.
I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
Prino's classroom is bustling with energy.
Kids love her. She's always doing fun activities with the kids, and they seem to always be doing something different.
And we do a lot of play-based learning. That's really important at their age. They learn so much about social connections. You can never spend.
And look in any direction, and you will find Winnie the Pooh.
It's become my staple. One of the students tried to buy me the biggest Winnie the Pooh he could find, which is in the center of my room.
A character known for compassion. A fitting mascot for Prino's classroom. This school year, she and her colleague expanded their curriculum from 4 to 5 days a week.
I feel better for the parents and the families not to have to worry about that one day off of school. You can see the difference in the kids. You know, we've made Fridays Fun Friday, where we get a little bit more longer play times, and they seem to create more.
She doesn't mind an extra day with her students.
If you're sad, you've got 13 hugs waiting for you when you get to work. If you're happy, you got 13 kids to celebrate whatever you're happy about.
She agrees with that silly old bear. Any day spent with you is my favorite day. And if you'd like to nominate a top-notch teacher, head to our features tab on news8000.com, then click or tap on top-notch teacher to submit our nomination form. We will have more news ahead tonight, but first,
we're going to get a little bit warmer as we go into Tuesday and Wednesday, but then after that, we have a wet end to the week. I'll have all the details coming up right after the break.
Do you want to hear something really cool? This is the Amana S Series. Cool and efficient on the inside, quiet on the outside. Enjoy your outdoor space. Contact Flox Heating and Air Conditioning today.
Isn't it time you turn your backyard into the oasis you've always wanted? Come to La Crosse Fireplace Company and find your outdoor setup. Imagine gathering with family and friends around your wood-fired pizza oven. Sit back and relax around your new fire table. Available in different sizes and styles to fit your lifestyle and budget. Stop in this month and receive 15% off all in-stock outdoor products. La Crosse Fireplace Company, because your place is outside by the fire.
Here's to the Farm and Fleet dads, the ones who take pride in a job well done, the ones who make the most of every moment and still take the time to pass it on. At Blaine's, we're here to make this Father's Day special with gifts for one-of-a-kind dads at prices that'll make them proud. Like $130 off this Craftsman Mechanics tool set, 10% off WeatherGuard truck boxes. Rewards members save 15%, and select vehicle accessories 20% off. Find the value you need to make this Father's Day special. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
We're an implant-focused practice. I think the advantage of a father-daughter practice is, I've been at this for 30 years now. I learned things that worked well and things that didn't work so well.
And it was fun to be able to just jump in and kind of complement that. I feel like it made both of us stronger.
You don't expect it when you walk into a dental office. You don't expect the family aspect, but when you walk into our doors, we're going to give you that.
If you think you have a full mouth of challenges, come see us. Come down for a free consultation.
Craving authentic Mexican flavors? Look no further than Señor Villa. At Señor Villa, we bring the taste of Mexico to your table every day. Join us for our unbeatable $5 lunch specials packed with flavor and value. And don't miss our nightly specials where the fiesta never ends. Señor Villa, where great food meets great value. Visit us today. Señor Villa, the taste of Mexico you've been craving.
Do you want to hear something really cool? This is the Amana S Series. Cool and efficient on the inside, quiet on the outside. Enjoy your outdoor space. Contact Flox Heating and Air Conditioning today.
The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
Well, severe storms moved across Oklahoma over the weekend, bringing several tornadoes, strong winds, heavy rain, and hail to the state.
One of the hardest hit areas was Pittsburg County, where multiple buildings in McAllister were damaged by a likely tornado. People across McAllister and Pittsburg County are also dealing with power outages. So far, no injuries have been reported.
Well, that's some good news right there. In the meantime, you could definitely feel the temperature change from the weekend.
Absolutely. Not a big fan of it yet.
Oh, no?
I mean, not quite.
If it's just like a one-day blip and then you get back to June temperatures, it's kind of a nice change-up.
It is a nice change-up. Tomorrow we do have a change-up. We're getting warmer and it's sunnier, but then more rain. Nicole.
Yeah, we get a little bit of best of both worlds as we go into this week. So I really like the rain, but I also really like the sun. So if you like both, then you get a little bit of a taste. If you like one, then enjoy it while you have it, especially if you're a fan of the sun, because it looks like we have a fairly wet pattern coming up to end this week and even start next week off. So definitely get outside and enjoy it tomorrow and on Wednesday, because it's coming to an end and it is warming up. So it's actually going to be nice outside, unlike today. Our lows tonight, fairly mild, pretty much close to average, sitting at 55 in La Crosse, 53 in Eau Claire. And then as we go into tomorrow, big improvement from today. Most of the area sitting back into the low 80s, which is pretty close to our average high. Seeing a high of 82 in La Crosse, 81 in Eau Claire. Mostly sunny too. We'll have plenty of sunshine, maybe a little bit of lingering haze, but not causing too many issues out there. So a nice day to spend outdoors. And then even Wednesday looking pretty nice as well, at least for the beginning of Wednesday. We do have some of that activity coming in later into the night, but until then, not too bad out there. A little bit cooler for folks north of I-90, maybe seeing some temperatures dip down into the 70s as a cold front starts to creep down into the area. But folks south of I-90 not getting that cold air quite yet as we go into Wednesday. Could actually get a little bit muggy, a little bit warmer out there, potentially rising into the upper 80s for some folks that are closer to southern Wisconsin. So a little bit of a difference going into Wednesday, but again, that's coming to an end as we go into Wednesday night, because then we have some showers and the potential for some thunderstorms that stick around for multiple days on end. Wednesday, just that light chance for some rain, but again, it's really looking to hold off into that nighttime, and we can start to see some more widespread showers moving in. A little bit less coverage on Thursday, but then going into Thursday night and Friday, seeing those widespread showers and thunderstorms getting into the area. Good thing with this timing, so for now, it's looking like it's going to take a little bit of a break into the weekend, especially for Father's Day and Sunday, but then we ramp right back up as we go into the beginning of next week with some more shower and thunderstorm activity. So here's that cold front that turns into a stationary front, and that's the reason why we're going to see continuous rain chances as we go throughout the end of the week. This thing stations somewhat over northern Iowa, and it does not want to move out, as you can tell by the name stationary front. It's going to stay stationary over us for a few days, starting Wednesday night and then going into Thursday. The chances on Thursday were a little bit less, if you remember, and that's mainly because that front scoots a little bit further south. We see mainly showers staying south of I-94. But then as we go into Friday, that low pressure system starts to nose into the area, and then we see more widespread activity and more moderate rainfall until we get into Friday night, starting to let up a little bit, then maybe still seeing some activity holding on into Saturday morning though. Potential potential for some heavy rainfall. Most of the areas seeing at least 1.5 inches. Some folks could be seeing over 2 inches, especially if we get some of that thunderstorm activity. So some heavy rainfall to end their week off. And then again, we have a little bit of a break going into the weekend for now. Let's hope we hold on to that because it is a nice holiday weekend for Father's Day. Otherwise, the showers and thunderstorms move back in as we start next week off, and it looks like they could continue on a little bit further into the week as well. So makes it all the merrier to get outside tomorrow and Wednesday because we might not have those days coming up.
All right, so we'll plan accordingly then. Thank you, Nicole. Coming up next in sports, cutting a corner. The Packers will be without a mainstay on defense this coming season. Plus, Holman baseball is making final preparations for what they hope to be a couple sectional games tomorrow. Jacob is next.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
You wouldn't buy the first vehicle you saw.
Trust me, it's perfectly safe.
I'll take it. So don't hire the first personal injury lawyer you call.
Trust me.
Where do I sign? Object to anything less than the best. Call BGR.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. A heartbeat strong, steady, unwavering, like the people who keep this country moving. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. In every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
Now, get $4,250 total customer cash, plus $2,250 in trade assistance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Visit HometownChevy.com.
Air conditioning stopped working? Tired of finding ways to stay cool? Don't sweat it. Give G&T Heating and Air Conditioning a call. They'll have you feeling cool as a cucumber without having to resort to, well, alternative methods.
Call G&T for the best heating and air conditioning guaranteed.
As your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative, we wear many hats. We take pride in serving our members and our community by going the extra mile in everything we do. Because we not only work here, we live here. Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, your source for power and information.
Hiring the wrong personal injury attorney can cost you a lot. Researching personal injury attorneys costs you nothing. We're confident that your research will lead you to buy Goff and Rohde. BGR, object to anything less than the best.
Covering all the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
Well, baseball sectionals begin tomorrow, and that means a few area teams need to win 2 games to clinch a spot in the state tournament. Holman is still alive in Division 1, and despite a tough matchup, the Vikings are feeling confident going into tomorrow. Holman picked up a 2-1 win last Thursday to be crowned regional champions, and now they'll face Sun Prairie East on Tuesday in the sectional semifinals. It'll be one of the toughest games yet for the Vikings this season, and they might be underdogs on paper, but the team says they are ready for the moment.
We're in the dugout, we're the best team on the field, but, I still think we are the underdogs coming from a small town. Those guys are out to get us, and, they might think that they have an easy ride, but they can't look through us.
The Vikings say they've been preparing all season for this, the hard practices, the tough games, and now they're putting it all together for a chance at making the program's 3rd ever state tournament.
A lot of work, a lot of effort in their spare time, so, it'll always be there for when we need it in the important games that are coming up, so I'm confident.
Yeah, confidence comes from preparation with us. We got some dogs on the team that are willing to compete through everything. It's a full lineup. There's not one guy that I'm not confident in.
And here are the 4 games on tap for tomorrow in Division 1. It's Holman facing Sun Prairie East at 10 a.m. in Baraboo. In Division 2, Aquinas faces Prescott at 1 p.m. up in Merrill. In D3, Westby is set to take on Mondovi at 10 a.m. from Osseo. And also at 10 a.m., Blair Taylor hosting Pittsville in Division 4 action. As a reminder, teams need to win 2 games tomorrow to advance to Fox City Stadium. And some big Packer news today. Green Bay announcing the release of two-time All-Pro cornerback Jaire Alexander. The move comes after an offseason filled with questions surrounding the former first-round pick, beginning with locker cleanout when Alexander declined to speak with reporters. And after speculation for the last 5 or so months, this news comes in. It's reported Green Bay tried to find a trade partner to get something in return, but no team was willing to take on his contract. Green Bay set to save over $36 million in cap space over the next 2 years with the move. Alexander played in just 7 games each of the last 2 seasons. He had 15 career interceptions with Green Bay. So we'll see how that secondary holds up without him. A lot of good memories back in the day, and was always a fun personality to kind of root for.
Oh yeah,
for the
a
most
heck
part.
of a spark plug on that defense. But the best ability is availability in the NFL, and he just hasn't been able to stay on the field. So the defense has kind of already had to learn how to play without him out there.
We'll see if it's too much of a switch. We'll see if the Packers add anybody else before the season starts. So yeah.
Lots to figure out still.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jacob.
All right, Nicole has a final look at your forecast right after this.
Ready for a better career with excellent pay, benefits, and work-life balance? Chart Industries is hiring fabricators. Join the team that's shaping the future and providing awesome pay and excellent benefits. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
This Father's Day, give Dad the gift of power and precision with Works Power Tools from Menards. Works cordless power tools and outdoor power equipment have everything you need for the workshop to the yard. With drills and saws to trimmers and blowers. Power up with Works 20-volt Power Share to get your projects done. Right now, get this Works 20-volt Power Share battery for $39.95 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
A home you love. A business that endures. It takes your vision, your hard work, and your dedication to bring them to life. The right tools help. Case IH truly understands your vision and what you need to achieve it. That's why we build the equipment, the local dealer and service network, and the data and tech you want today and tomorrow. Because we don't just build our equipment to work. We build it to work for you.
Visit any of your local Johnson Tractor dealerships, now including La Crosse and Richland Center.
Ready for a better career with excellent pay, benefits, and work-life balance? Chart Industries is hiring fabricators. Join the team that's shaping the future and providing awesome pay and excellent benefits. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
Well, it's the perfect night to get some ice cream. You're not going to have any meltage going on. Staying in the 60s tonight, and it's never too cold for ice cream, in my opinion. You'll see me in the Dairy Queen drive-thru in December. But then we do have some thunderstorms coming through at the end of the week, and possibly to start next week off as well. So get out there tonight, tomorrow, and Wednesday before it gets a little stormy.
Did you coin a new term, meltage?
Meltage.
Meltage. We're just going to pretend that's a word if it's not.
I like it.
It's a word now.
Thanks for joining us at 6.
We'll see you at 10.